This podcast is sponsored by ScienceBasedLearning.com. Discover your passion for languages with our innovative ebook, audiobook, and video system. Maximize retention using spaced repetition. Start your journey today.
Why emotional support is crucial for adult language learning success. Discover how emotional support boosts confidence, reduces anxiety, and accelerates language acquisition for adult language learners. The importance of emotional support in language classrooms. When adults decide to learn a new language, it's often more than just memorizing vocabulary or mastering grammar rules. There's an emotional journey involved, a blend of excitement, frustration, confidence, and sometimes anxiety. That's why emotional support in language classrooms is so vital for successful language acquisition. Many adult language learners focus primarily on the science of language learning, hoping to understand the most effective techniques and study methods. While this is important, the human side of learning, feelings, motivation, and mindset often gets overlooked. Let's talk about why emotional support matters so much in this process and how it can make a real difference. Why emotions matter in adult language learning. Language learning is not just an intellectual challenge, it's a social and emotional one as well. When you're trying to pick up a new language as an adult, you're not just faced with unfamiliar words and grammar, you're also dealing with fear of making mistakes. It's natural to hesitate or feel self-conscious when speaking a new language. Emotional support helps learners feel safe enough to try, fail, and try again. Frustration from plateaus. Progress isn't always linear. Learners often hit moments where it feels like they aren't improving, which can be discouraging. Motivation dips. Keeping up with language practice over weeks or months requires sustained motivation, which can be tough without emotional encouragement. Positive emotional experiences in the classroom can significantly lower anxiety and increase engagement, making it much easier to absorb and retain language skills. It's a crucial factor often underestimated in traditional language instruction. Raises awareness. Simply put, the more people who hear your name and read your words, the better. This awareness fuels book promotion efforts across the board. Adults tend to approach language learning with prior experiences and insecurities that children might not have. This is why emotional support tailored to adult learners is essential. Encouragement builds confidence. When learners receive regular positive reinforcement, they are more willing to take risks in speaking and practicing, a key ingredient in the language acquisition process. A sense of belonging. Improves participation. Language classrooms that foster community and understanding make learners feel included and accepted. This social connection motivates consistent attendance and active engagement. Reducing anxiety promotes better retention. Stress and anxiety can hinder how much information your brain can process. When emotional well-being is prioritized, learners experience improved memory and recall, impacting how they absorb new vocabulary and grammar. Constructive feedback encourages growth. Emotional support isn't about avoiding mistakes, it's about providing feedback kindly and constructively, so learners feel comfortable learning from errors without fear. Creating an emotionally supportive language classroom. Whether you're attending a language class or studying independently, here's what an emotionally supportive environment looks like. Warm and patient instructors. Teachers who show empathy and patience help create a relaxed atmosphere where learners aren't afraid to speak up or ask questions. Peer support and interaction. Group activities and partner work provide opportunities to practice in low-pressure settings, helping learners build confidence together. Celebration of progress. Acknowledge small wins and milestones. This can be as simple as finishing a lesson or successfully ordering food in the target language. Addressing emotional barriers. Encouraging learners to express their frustrations or fears openly helps manage negative emotions that can block progress. Practical tips for adult language learners. If you're learning a new language on your own or in a class, here are some ways to nurture emotional support for yourself. Set realistic goals. Break your language learning into manageable chunks. Celebrate achieving each one to stay motivated. Find a supportive community. Join language meetups, online forums, or study groups where you can share victories and challenges. Practice self-compassion. Remind yourself that mistakes are a natural part of learning. Don't be too hard on yourself when things feel tough. Use tools that combine science and support. Sometimes using well-designed language programs can help reduce frustration. For example, ScienceBasedLearning.com offers a simple ebook, audiobook, and video language learning system combined with an online practice app that uses the science behind spaced repetition to maximize your learning and retention, all while keeping the process encouraging and manageable. Wrapping it up. The emotional component of language learning is just as critical as the intellectual one, especially for adult language learners. Emotional support in language classrooms, or within your personal study routine, leads to better confidence, more consistent practice, and ultimately, faster and deeper language acquisition. Don't overlook the power of kindness, encouragement, and community in your language learning journey. If you want to learn more about how to integrate effective practice with emotional support, check out ScienceBasedLearning.com. Their approach blends proven learning science with practical tools that actually help you remember and use your new language with confidence.